So I'm watching live PD. It's a pretty cool show. They show people getting arrested, warrants, stuff like that. And one thing that I noticed is sometimes you'll see someone on there who says that they're falsely accused, which is why I have two phones, SD cards, and I do a lot of recording. And you'll hear them say, well, we don't care, we've had this call way too many times. Which, the volume of calls that someone gets off of you is not necessarily proof that you're guilty, which I can show that basically by going through some of these recordings, which I'm not. It'd take forever. There's a lot of them on there. There's probably 250 recordings, and my other phone is missing right now. I lost it in the bedroom or something like that. I'm not that worried about it because that's not the phone that's got all the stuff on it anyway. This is. And because they want to say that you're guilty of something doesn't mean you're guilty of something. And that's why they say all suspects are innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. Because one, that's your constitutional right. I do have videos and recordings of things going back to where I was falsely imprisoned in mental institutions, even after I'd already recovered from my temporary psych problems, as the psychiatrist put it. And that is one thing that people do need to know. If you are not able to support yourself financially and you live with someone, getting you out of the house is not an excuse to falsely imprison you in a mental institution. It's not an excuse. It's illegal, and it's not right, to be quite clear about it. So definitely that is one of the reasons why I have 4 or 5 SD cards in here, 2 phones. That's why, the body cam's gonna come into play pretty soon. That's why the GoPro, that's why the YouTube videos, because these things do happen. And that is, well, we've had these calls too many times. That is an excuse. That is a excuse not to arrest the people who are actually harassing you and filing false allegations against you. In fact, the people who filed the false affidavits against me, supposedly breaking into somebody's house, have never seen a court date. So be aware of that. Even though you have proof that people are lying and things like that, you're not going to see the people who are filing false allegations, filing false reports, things like that. You're not going to see them go to jail. And it's just the facts of life. False allegations are a common thing, especially in my lifetime. It's happened so many times I can't count. Like, I got 2 hands. I can't tell you how many times someone has reported something that was absolute nonsense. And that's just life. It's not supposed to be. It is definitely illegal to falsely accuse somebody of something. False imprisonment is definitely in the federal guidelines, even in 2019. And someone reading a 2007 law manual shouting at the top of their lungs that you're breaking the law and doing so publicly, that's definitely not lawful either. So definitely beware, be smart about it, record. It's not supposed to be illegal to record without someone's consent, but most definitely people are not going to act the way that they usually act unless you're rolling live and they don't know it. So that is definitely a few things to be cautious of. Like I said, you guys saw the video the other day of the not even tens or 20s, the hundreds of recordings, photo documents, screenshots, videos, hundreds of them, thousands of them actually, exactly 2,700 photos and videos, and probably around 150 recorded documents. So, definitely something that does happen. It does happen. It really does. And you definitely got to be aware of it. I actually had a message one day pop up that said, "You're going to jail for what you did to Chris." And Chris was a guy I knew that was set up by his wife. It wasn't even my doing. And I said, okay, well, first of all, how are they so smart about the situation? One, they weren't there. They don't know what happened. And basically, they're full of shit. So this happens quite a bit. I have gotten to the point in my life where I document, record, videotape, whatever the case may be, I do it, because it's definitely something as to where they're going to frown about it and say, well, you're not really supposed to do that. But who gives a shit if somebody is bull-faced lying about you every time you turn around? Who gives a shit if you document it? You know, that is something where they are basically trying to tell you, you need to go to jail for something you did not do, because we do not consider it right that you would record somebody pulling some retarded shit like that. It makes no sense. So don't believe the status quo that you're not supposed to fight back, you're not supposed to defend yourself, and that you're not supposed to record what's going on around you. It's very important to, actually, and it's so important that in today's society, if you don't, you will probably end up going to jail or worse, prison, for not doing so. So stay smart, stay sane, and keep your finger on the record button.